Yeah, my chamois looks amazing, doesn't it? My chamois legit. Do you want to see my characters? I do sometimes go through the characters, but I appreciate not everyone's seen that. I'll show you some characters. So this is... I'm wearing the flame helmet on my main right now because fuck it, it's my life and I want to. So that's my main. That's who I raid with. That's the one I try and do everything on. Then we've got my Warlock, who has also got 2 legendaries and 4 set right now, which is pretty cool. So my Warlock is named Mol. My first ever character on my first NA account was called Mol. She was a human rogue. And when I created this character, I think this is one of the first alts I ever made on this account. And it was a female undead Warlock, because I love the female undead Warlock casting animation. Like, you know, where her hand is like, oh, and like drags it out of the ground. Fucking amazing. And I changed it to male just because I liked their kind of stance a bit better for Warlock. But I called her Mole because in my head, my RP headcanon, I'm not an RPer, but I've got like a vague RP headcanon for most of my characters, right? In that, I know who they are. I know what they like. I know whether they're like basically good or bad or whatever. This guy was a Sylvanas loyalist. But originally, she was a female undead, so she was named Mol after my first human character on NA in Wrath of the Lich King, because the idea was that she died and she'd become a warlock, right? Kind of. You know, gender changed him, so the name doesn't really work anymore, to be honest. But anyway, he looks fucking cool, right? No one can disagree he looks fucking cool. With his Ghostbusters slime backpack and fucking cool dagger and the Blackrock Foundry set. Awesome. Better lore than the current story. Yeah. Finel was originally a night elf hunter. Finel is the name of a small, like a young night elf in the BFA prequel novels, who gets all her like family and home destroyed and stuff like that. So she was originally a night elf, and that's why I chose the name. But since the whole high elf thing happened, I changed her to a void elf, so she could basically be a high elf. She's not a dark ranger, but she does wear the dark ranger gear just because she's a warden. It looks cool. She's a high elf warden, right? Pretty nice. No, the idea was that she survived Teldrassil. You know, she was driven by revenge. She had like the cool burn like mark on her face and stuff. But she's a different character now. Now she's a high elf warden. That's why she's got a cool fucking hawk like Alleria, right? Then you got Ethelred, who's my human warrior. He's just obviously, he's always been a human male warrior because it's awesome. But obviously his look has changed since I first created him. I've had this character since WoD. Most of these characters I've had since WoD because that's when I started this account. I used to play on NA and I changed to EU so that I could raid, basically, because I was living in the EU again. I couldn't get in a raid guild on NA because the time difference was just so much. So, you know, I got to max level in WoD and I really wanted to raid, and I bit the bullet and I changed to EU, and I had to start from scratch with nothing. Started from nothing, but look at us now, fam. Dual wielding flails. Right. Obviously he's just wearing the wings because that's really cool. He's wearing the armor set from Trial of Valor, the mini raid in, I think that's the normal Trial of Valor set. Might be heroic though, correct me if I'm wrong. And the dual-wielding flails has only become possible in Shadowlands. It's basically the best thing about Shadowlands. Because this flail comes from the original Prot Warrior Mage Tower. There's a big shield in the other hand. But the changing in transmog rules to make it kind of not just spec-specific, but class-specific for the artifact appearances, that combined with the return of single-handed fury for warriors meant that it's possible to dual wield these flails, and he looks amazing when he fights. So cool. It is the heroic set. Awesome. Yeah, good. That's good. So I love him. I think he looks awesome. I'm a big fan. In my mind, he's like the guy from the Dragon Prince. You know the guy in the Dragon Prince who looks a bit like this guy? I think he's got darker hair in the Dragon Prince, but he fights with like a grappling hook sort of thing. He works for the king, and he's hunting them, and he fights with a grappling. He's on their side now, but he was hunting them originally, and yeah, he fights with a grappling hook. Not the king, no, but a high level person in the court. So then we got Hiraeth, who I've gone for the full sexy mog on this one. And once I got these, so the mog is mostly the Shadowlands Mage Tower set, because I think it's really cool, and mostly green. and I gave her this top that shows off her red tattoos. Obviously, she's got red hair as well. And she's got these cool red lightsabers, right? So it's like the green is very much contrasting with the red of the tattoos and the lightsabers and the hair. I think it's kind of cool. And the dusty red cloak as well, I think works really well on this Mog too. I'm a big fan of most of my Mogs, right? The tattoos, yeah, really shows off the tattoos. Where does the sword model come from? It's a boss drop. It's an elite drop in Zereth Mortis. But I can't remember which elite drops it. I got a blue one drop the other day as well. Oh, it's a rare, not an elite, sorry. Like, I think she looks awesome. So I think, yeah, all my top characters have fucking awesome Mogs, I've got to say. Deet's got quite a good... I mean, Deet, I've just gone for the heritage armor, because you can't go wrong with the heritage armor on Nightborn. If you're a Nightborn mage, why would you ever change from the heritage armor? It's perfect. It's like so good. So I'm a big fan of that. Teru is a great Mog. Look how cool she looks. A very earthy, like kind of low-key shaman Mog this. I'm really proud of this one. You could go for any Doom Hammer, but I went for the lightning one. Nice kind of just like very basic shield. Very basic kind of male setup, like furry shoulder pads, and the backpack that you get from the recruiter friend here totally, like, you know, rounds this one off. I love it. I don't know about the belt. Okay, so the belt is like the one nod to kind of shaman-y type nature-y stuff, right? I really like the belt on here, but I can see why you wouldn't like it. The blue kind of matches the blue that's on... Okay, so this is my thinking, right? You're allowed to disagree, of course you are. But my thinking is that the blue kind of matches the blue coming from the hammer, and also like the kind of the blue that you get a glimpse of on the backpack here as well. So it kind of matches up. And I just think it's kind of... You reckon the purple breaks it up too much? I like it. I like it. For me, it's just like that's the one little nod to her shamanism, right? I think it's really cool. I'm really proud of this Mog. I like it. And I love playing her as well. Mostly because of the Mog, if I'm honest. Yeah, kind of like a D&D adventurer, nomad kind of feel. The face paint really helps with that as well. Yeah, I'm down with it. I think it looks good. Would win an Asmongold contest. Shit, sign me up. Swiftleaf wearing the Legion. I believe this is like the PvP set from 7.3. Correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously with no helmet and lovely leafy beard and glasses. And this is from Ardenweald, this staff, which I really like as well. So I think he looks awesome. He really looks to me like the kind of druid you'd meet in a forest. Big fan of this dude. It is the Antorus set. Is it the Antorus? I thought this might have been the PvP one, but it's... is it the Antorus one? Either way, I love it. And the pink hair is... It's pretty out there, I get it, but I like it. Ethelwolf is just wearing the Maldraxxus set, and he's got the blood... DK axe, which I think really goes with this set really well. I actually think the blood DK artifact axe is like my favorite weapon for DKs just generally. And I think personally that fuck, what race is this guy? Sorry, my brain is melting in the heat here. Like Draenei DK is an underrated fucking combo. Oh, maybe he's Lightforged. Oh, he could be Lightforged actually. I think he's just a Draenei. With this beard. I think this is Draenei. They gave this beard to Draenei at the beginning of Shadowlands. I think it's just Draenei, but maybe it is Lightforged. I might be wrong. But I think it's Draenei. And I think Draenei DK is a really underrated combo. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. He looks great in anything, really, because he's such a good model. Okay, Hayven hasn't got a transmog at the moment. He's just a mess. Gylfi's got a fucking cool transmog right now. Gylfi is using the PvP set from, I want to say 7.1? Again with no helmet, and instead, like, she's got the red tattoos, like she's got dark blue skin, she's got red tattoos on her eyes, which obviously matches with the red tattoos that this armor set gives you. And I think for some reason I just really like the cloak combo with this one as well. This cloak is from Venthia, and it just goes really well with this set. It gives this set like a really classy look, I think. Oh, it's Tuma Sargeras PvP. Yeah, it's the PvP. So that's 7.2, 7.25 PvP set for Monk. Yeah, for some reason, like, I didn't love this set until I added the cloak, and it really worked for me. And because you do get these tattoos as part of the set on your character, which I think is like, I love armor sets that give you tattoos. I think it's so cool. So I changed her skin color, and I changed the tattoos around her eyes to better, and in fact her eye color to gold to match the gold trim of the set. And I just think, like, as a complete look, I think it's brilliant. I love it. Gotta have big thick gloves as a monk. Yeah, I think so, and I think these are big thick gloves. They make me happy. Yeah, I love the chunkiness they've been putting into gloves and chest pieces and knees and boots and stuff recently. It's really cool. Brassic, going for a Kultiran look. This is Kultiran leveling set with the gloves from the Warfront. I think the shoulders and the gloves here are from the 8.2 Warfront, and the gloves certainly are the epic once a week version. And I think the gloves go really, really well with this Kultiran set. And I love, like, you know, the kind of jacket effect that you get here by combining this top and these trousers. Like, it looks like the jacket is going underneath the belt there. It's 2D, so it's not great, but I like the idea that she's like a Kultiran who has been raised sort of thing. Nice little daggers here as well. I like a lot of the 8.2 or just like BFA transmogs in general, really. Do you think WoW will ever get away from 2D clothes? Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely a push for that. You know, you are getting lots more 3D stuff on gloves and trousers, and so the gloves here actually are different gloves. These aren't the BlackRock Foundry gloves. You might be able to tell because they're much more 3D. These gloves, I'm not sure where these gloves are from, actually. They were just in my collection, so I put them on. They're pretty cool. I think they go with the set pretty well. And they just give it a more 3D look, which I really like. Yeah, plate stuff tends to have lots more 3D stuff on it, but they are doing it with cloth and shit now as well. The reason I wear this dress is because it's got these cool sashes that go over the chest here. These sashes are from the chest piece. So I'm actually wearing a tabard here. I'm wearing the Maldraxxus tabard because the color is just the same. It means these sashes go over the top of the tabard, which I really, really like. I think that's a really neat kind of little 3D feature there, which I really genuinely approve of. I think that's great. I just want separate gloves mogs, like with shoulders. Oh, what, like one glove on your right hand, one on your left hand? That's pretty cool. Brassic, there we are. Yeah, I mean, so that's all of them. And then we're just on to dumb shit. Those are the ones that I've actually put thought into the transmogs. Hayven is indeed a tribute to Hayven Games, who died in 2017. But I was friends with Hayven before that. Hayven helped us out on a couple of videos, and we were in contact fairly regularly, and he was such a nice guy. He was such a good dude, and I actually created a paladin that was a tribute to him before he died, and I made my paladin like his paladin, which was an undead paladin. No, I couldn't have done that. He had an undead paladin that he used in his videos, but you can't be an undead paladin, can you? What was my... I had it as like a horde paladin then. But it couldn't have been undead, could it? In my head, I copied him, but I couldn't have, could I? I've misremembered that. I've misremembered that completely. Huh. Weird. But he didn't used to be a human. I guess it must have been a Belf. Maybe it was always a human then. One thing's for sure, though. When he died, I changed his appearance to look more like him. No, in my head, I race changed him, but maybe he was always a human paladin. I think you said you had an undead named Hayven. Yeah, I think I probably did. I think you're right. It wasn't a paladin. You're right. It wasn't a paladin, but it was an undead named Hayven that I had, because in his videos, he was an undead wearing judgment armor. He was an undead paladin wearing judgment armor in all his videos. That was his like avatar in his videos. So yeah, you're right, Thunders. Thank you for remembering my story better than I do. So yeah, I had an undead character that was based on that undead character and was called Hayven. And then when he died, it felt very weird having an undead character called Hayven, even as a tribute, right? So I changed him to a human then, I deleted that character, made a human paladin called Hayven, and tried to make him look as much like Hayven did in real life. He didn't have a beard, Hayven, in real life, but I'd like to think if he were with us now, he would. Yeah, actually, like, this is basically by accident, but I think this set actually looks okay. I think you're right, I would want to change the gloves. Let's do that right now. He's on the verge of having a really good transmog here. Let's make him look right. Let's make him look proper. He's on the verge of having a pretty good transmog here. It's a combination between the something that happens very often is that when I log into random alts, they'll be in a random place with like a random view because I've gone and got footage with them for a video. Sometimes I log into an alt that I haven't logged into for like 6 months, and they'll just be in the most random place just looking at something from when I was getting footage. Okay, so this is almost a good transmog. Let's fix this. Yeah, this is currently a combination of these shoulders are from the Mage Tower. This top is from Bastion. This is the Covenant set, and I think these boots are the Covenant set as well. So let's see what we can do here. What gloves can we put here? That's the Mage Tower, I'm pretty sure. I think the Mage Tower is just a bit too bright, honestly. So I'd like to find something else. That's the Bastion gloves, but again, they're a bit much as well. Actually, the Oribos gloves go really well with this. The blue on the Oribos gloves kind of matches the book. I'm kind of down with that. The other alternative, I guess, would be the BFA gloves. The Warfront gloves would be the only other one I would... Because I want a nice 3D glove for him. He deserves 3D gloves, right? Yeah, I say the Oribos ones. Or they're the pre-purchase ones, really, aren't they? I guess. But I think that works really well. The thing I really like about these gloves is that they include like an elbow piece as well. I really like the elbow piece that you get with these gloves. Actually makes the gloves really satisfying for mages because you feel like you're wearing Iron Man arms. Yeah, okay, so we're going to change the pants as well. But this is like on the verge of being a really good transmog right now. And it's made up of like loads of different pieces as well, which I think is really cool. Okay, what are we going to do for trousers? Let's have a look. See, that's the Mage Tower trousers, and that's just too much. You know, I know you don't like... I think having the darker trousers actually is quite important in this set. I think the trousers is going to be... That's the Bastion trousers, but again, I think that's a bit too much. The one thing I don't like... So I really like how 3D they've started making gloves and boots and chest pieces and stuff, but one thing that always annoys me is they put random 3D bits on trousers. Like what the like these random 3D bits that you get on trousers, just like chunky bits at the side for no real reason. I find a bit stupid. Yeah, these. What do people think of these? I think that kind of works. It kind of matches the cloak a little bit, so it works. Just about pulls it off, and it kind of matches the grey with the belt as well. That's what I'm going for so far. Let's have a little flick round to see if there's anything that works better. I mean, you could just go full like leather. What do people think about these ones? That's a bit fussy for me. I kind of like these. Just stripy Kultiran shit. Can't go wrong with... Like, I use the stripy Kultiran shit in loads of stuff. Stripy Kultiran shit, like, works in a surprising amount of transmogs, honestly. I'm thinking this one, honestly. I think that's offset quite nicely. It kind of goes with the cloak. It's kind of what we had before. I like these ones. I think the chest is a bit too bright. Maybe. I like it though. I like the cool kind of like Ram Man like edge that you get in front of the face. I kind of like the blue sash on this one. The armor just doesn't quite fit. Get a tabard on, I guess. Ooh. I quite like that. It's really fussy, but I actually really like it. Oh, damn. The red works surprisingly well. Just like the splash of red works surprisingly well. Let's just try a couple more. No. 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 Well, I mean, that's a bit... That fits, right? The blue fits. I was not expecting it to go this way, but I think I am giving him the Tabard of the Enlightened. I think that looks really cool. Like, genuinely. Yeah. That actually really works. I'm totally down with that. What a great transmog. Look at that. It's fussy, but I like it. I think that's genuinely really cool. It's a bit fussy, but I like it. Oh, that's sitting down. I meant to press the other button. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, the back of the hammer here goes really well with the elbows. It looks a bit regal with the red. Yeah, maybe. It just looks like beefy AF, right? Oh, yeah. That's really cool. I love the book that you get from the artifact weapon as well on your belt. I think that's really cool. I'm happy with that. I think that looks really good. I am sold. So yeah, that's my main bunch of characters, and as you can see, I've got one of each class. At 60, wearing a cool transmog. Yeah, oh, I'm really happy with that one actually. I'm happy with all these transmogs, and then I get into like other characters. So I've got a this is my he's just wearing the heritage armor, right? Minus the shoulders. But here's my pirate Taliesin outlaw rogue, which I think is pretty nifty. Happy with this guy. Oh, he's wearing weird gloves at the moment. Sorry about that. Can't go wrong with a pirate outlaw rogue, right? Can't go wrong with a Taliesin heritage armor outlaw rogue. Earthsea I have actually given some thought to with the transmog. I think she looks pretty cool. I think she looks alright. As you can see, for my shaman, I like to go for a kind of really earthy, understated look. The axe, yeah, the axe is awesome. That's like the offhand for one of the artifact Doomhammer appearances. And like them relaxing the transmog rules on that has been amazing. Yeah, she looks pretty tribal, right? Taliesin has got a bit of a weird look going on right now. Sorry about that. Not much thought gone into him recently. But a pretty standard kind of like Kirin Tor kind of look. You can't go wrong with the standard Kirin Tor look, right? He's just wearing a funny helmet right now. Malara's just wearing Legion stuff. Coroner's wearing the BFA Warfront set from Season 1. But like the really chunky version. The big-ass fucking belt. Big-ass fucking boots. Gorebug's looking pretty good. Gorebug's wearing a 7.0 PvP set. Wearing a Season 1 Legion PvP set. Is that Nighthold? No, that's not Nighthold. That's no, it's not Nighthold, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. It's red anyway. It looks cool. Gentle Oak, again, not much thought was gone into this one, I'm afraid. But he does look cool, though. BFA had some of the coolest fucking armor sets in the game, let's be real. A Nyrin. I just like having my son represented in game. So, yeah, so, like, once you get this far down, you get into joke characters, right? So, obviously, I've got a fox called News. But I had a concept for this character, right? I couldn't be bothered leveling them in the end. I only leveled like 13 levels. The joke didn't last longer than that. But the whole joke was going to be that I would have a fox called News, and then I would queue up for LFR and shit as like a tank or a healer. But then when I appeared, I'd be DPS. And people were like, why did you queue as a tank? You're a DPS. And I'd be like, didn't queue as a tank. And then when people would start to vote me out of the group, I'd be like, stop the vote! Stop the vote! It was a pretty solid basis for a character, in my opinion. Pretty solid concept, I think. Yeah, and I'd say shit like, yeah, that Frost Mage is just being a snowflake. That Tauren is clearly like a soy cow. Stuff like that. I think it was a pretty solid concept for a character. And it's a shame that it didn't stay funny enough for me to actually get them leveled up. I didn't have the commitment to the bit. Yeah, one day maybe I'll do it. One day I'll get it through. You know, once it starts being really funny to me again, I'll do it. It's a good anecdote to tell in chat about the character, so it served its purpose. Yeah. These are my main characters that I play, and you know, my main characters that and sometimes there's some swapping around and what have them, but my main characters that I play every expansion and get up to max level, so I have one of each class. Of course, Evoker will have to be one of those now, and I think I've got Taliesin, the name reserved for Evoker. Taliesin is a dragon from Earthsea, the first dragon from Earthsea. So I've reserved that name ready for Evoker. It's the little things, isn't it? And at the moment, I'm trying to get them all double legendary in 4 sets. So I've got Moller's. Well, obviously, myffanwy has got double legendary in 4 set. Moller's got double legendary in 4 set. Fennel has got double legendary in 4 set. Ethelred has got double legendary in 4 set. Haraith has not. Dieter's got double legendary in 2 set. Tiru's got nothing. Oh, Tiru's got double legendary, but they're both shit legendaries. And they're both like 2 3/5 legendaries at the moment, because you can get base 2/3/5 items for like 235 gold. I think I bought the base 235 legendaries for literally like hundreds of gold. And I'm working on the rest. But that's a lot of characters that I've got. Yeah, because I love having 4 sets of my characters. It's so cool.